Hi there, my name is Revd Dom Turner. I'm the rector here in Mistley and down the road in Bradfield as well. And I wanted to read to you a statement that we've prepared on behalf of the PCCs about the opening of our church buildings for private prayer. As you will know, church buildings across the nation have been closed since March, when the nation was asked to stay at home in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Although our buildings have been closed, our church community remains active and alive, meeting together virtually each week on YouTube and via our telephone worship service, praying with one another and seeking out ways to serve our wider communities. Our buildings are closed, but the church is not a building. It is a community of people that follow Jesus Christ. However, we do have buildings, and for many, these are special places which bring comfort and a sense of peace. We are therefore pleased that there is now the option for church buildings to be open for private prayer, and where it can be facilitated for small funerals too. I've been meeting recently with my church wardens online to discuss whether and how we might be able to reopen our buildings in the light of the new guidance. We're happy to be able to tell you that although the buildings remain closed at the present time, we are working hard towards being COVID secure, in line with government guidelines, so that we can open at least one of our two buildings, that's here and over in Bradfield. We're hoping to be able to open at least one of those buildings for a brief period each week for private prayer. Now, we're unable at the present time to reopen for funerals, as we simply do not have enough people who are not in at-risk groups for us to facilitate this. Now, although the discussions about all of this are in very early stages, and there are many factors to consider, we've met a couple of times, and there's a lot of complex things to unpick. However, we are very optimistic that we'll be able to open one or possibly both of our buildings once a week for an hour or two by the beginning of August. We'll continue to communicate with you here on our website or on YouTube, wherever you're watching this video, in notices outside the church buildings, on our weekly email and in various other ways. And we'll continue to communicate as we work hard towards this goal. So watch this space. I know we're all looking forward to gathering again, meeting with one another and being able to worship and pray in these beautiful spaces once more. But at present, we just can't. And so we are going to have to go through this next bit of time together, just seeing what God is doing. It's amazing how much God is doing in this time. And so my hope and my prayer is that we won't be rushing so hard to gather back in these spaces that we lose sight of the good things that God has been doing, and I believe will continue to do through this crisis that we find ourselves in. Anyway, that's the update for now. I hope that answers some of the questions that you might have. And as I've said, watch this space. We will continue to provide you with more news and information as soon as we can on how we're going to get these spaces reopened for public use. You take care. Bye-bye.